to Just Vibey Vibes. Let's talk about energy. I know I've talked about energy before, right? So I don't know what we're talking about. You're talking about energy. You attract. Let's talk about attraction. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. Attraction. So let's talk about attraction, not energy. Attraction. So first thing first, the reason why I thought about this was yesterday. I was going on my Instagram. There's one girl, I think I've put her when we talked about oil, cooking oil. She was the one that was on that video. She's all about health, wellness, and all that stuff. I follow 2 channels like that. If you follow me on IG, I follow Surviving Vegan and I follow her. So those 2, very, very good. So she had this Q&A session, and I'm going to just watch it, and then we're going to talk about it. Okay, now that you watched it, I don't know if you notice I was going back in the video, because okay, first of all, I follow her on my normal IG. Then I used my Just Vibey Vibes IG to do the quiz again, just to record it while I was doing it. So when I did it on my normal IG, I failed one question, the last one, the one about action, the law of action. Yeah, I failed that. I said then the law of cause and effect. So that was when I failed. But then when I was redoing it again, I already know the answer to that one. So sorry, I didn't feel it. I refuse to fail it. Okay, so anyway, if I had failed it to show the right answer, so you see that the one I failed will show red, the right answer will show green. Okay, so the point is that I don't know, did you answer those questions? And when you answered, did you see what it was about? Like, because I tried to not answer them too late so that you can make an opinion of on yourself. That's why sometimes I had to go back. Okay, so now that we've talked about that, the questions, and then let's watch her video that she talked about after that.
So what I love is that a high majority of people got all the answers right. And I know that a majority of these people have never even looked into the universal laws or anything like that. But you naturally know it because it's within you. There are some of those that are still not taking responsibilities for the things that happen to us. If you are still in a state of mind in which you are blaming everything and everyone else for what happens to you, you are on a path to self-destruction. You're on a path to self-destruction. Go within. Don't look at anything outside of you when things happen. Go within.
Okay, so now you see, I've said this before, that you're the cause of everything. You kind of have to look within. In everything we do, we have to look within us. Yes, you might have been going from one abusive relationship to another abusive relationship. You might have been going from one relationship whereby someone cheat on you to another relationship where someone cheat on you. You might have been, even your friends, you might have been going from one bad friend to another bad friend. You might have been going from one bad situation to another bad situation. But one thing you need to know, you're attracting those things. I know. You're gonna be like, huh? So yeah, because if I think about it, I think I said that once. There was a time I realized that I dated people that I wanted to help. That someone will have something in their life that I felt like I could change. So I was going to date someone just to help them, to change something. It was not because maybe I loved them or I was attracted to them, like in that way. I was just, I was attracted to people that I see something in them that I want to change. And so I had to realize that is my fault, and then I had to change it. So most times in life, we have to, we kind of have to, that's why you have to study, you have to reflect. You kind of have to pieces yourself, like open, like cut yourself open and close yourself back. You have to be truthful to yourself, even if you can lie to everybody. I've said that before, you can lie to everybody in the world. But don't you, under any circumstances, lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. That's the biggest thing you can do. So be true for yourself, like reflect on yourself, like what are you surrounding yourself? What is your energy? What are you attracting? Because where you are at internally, that's what you're going to get externally. So there's this part that she talked about also that I wanted to talk about. Talked about like everything, most things about childhood. The one about childhood, that most things that occur is like things that we've learned from our childhood. That's why they say, train up a child in the way you should go, so that when it's old, you will not depart from it. But there's something I really wanted to talk about, because a lot of times you hear people say daddy issues, daddy issues, daddy issues. I always say girls have daddy issues. But it's like people underrate mommy issues. Now, as much as we're going to talk about daddy issues today, we're also going to talk about mommy issues. Because to be honest, I feel like a mother is kind of like the most important parent. I'm sorry. Sorry, men. I think mother is the most important parent. I'm not saying men and guys, father are not good parents, they are good parents, but a mother is the most important. That's what I think. That's me thinking. Okay, but why I'm saying this is that a mother is very important in the upbringing of a child. The way, I think the reason why most people focus on that issues is because they want women, when it comes to relationship, everything is focused on women. Relationship does not work. Oh, it's the woman, she cannot keep a man. What if she doesn't want to keep the human being that she ended up with? She doesn't like him, she doesn't want to keep him. So it's always like a woman. In relationship, everything is always placed on a woman. It goes wrong, it's a woman. It goes well, it's a woman. A woman has to endure, a woman. So somehow people focus on daddy issues, because the women now, mostly I feel like women reflect more on relationship. They think, why am I attracting this? Because they want a good relationship, because of all the things, like there's too much focus on their relationship, on their love life. So that's why mostly you hear people talk about daddy issues. Oh, I have daddy issues, or because of this. Because now a woman has to think, why is this? Why am I doing this? Why am I getting this? Why is this happening? So then women mostly were the one that reflects more. So that's why you hear a lot of daddy issues. Yeah, mom issues come from like mom issues end up being the woman that you're going to be. Daddy issue is the person you're going to attract. Mommy issue is the woman you're going to be. So you end up being your mother as a woman. End up behaving like her. But you have to intentionally, if your mom is not a good mom or a good person, then you have to intentionally decide not to be. Just the way that some people, that their father was not a good father, then they intentionally decide to be a good father, to be present in their child's life and things like that, not to be like their dad. So the same way you have to intentionally, if your mom was not a good mom, as a girl, the kind of mommy issue you have is that you end up behaving like your mom, being like your mom, doing those things that you did not like that your mom was doing to you. So you end up being that. So if you have a toxic mom, like a bad, then you end up seeing that you're like that, your mom. So at the end of the day, it's still the same energy. What are you attracting? Because if you're behaving like that toxic person, but then you know that, sometimes you're thinking, why am I attracting? No, because you're behaving like this, so you're going to attract toxic. So as much as, for the woman, watch yourself. You're going to be your mother. So if you don't want to be your mother, then you have to intentionally start changing you know what I mean, start reflecting and changing that part of you so that you don't be like her. If your mom is someone that always maybe talks down on you, on how you look, and gave you low self-esteem, then you don't want to be that. So then you have to work on that. So you don't even start doing it to your friends, to maybe your lover, to your boyfriend, to, you know, the people around you. So that way, because people, then that way you're gonna, good people will just run away from you, and then you're gonna keep on attracting toxic people. So now let me talk about this whole mommy issues now on the men's side. Now, the same way whereby if a woman has daddy issues, most times she keep on attracting those kind of men. You find out that women that their parents were in abusive relationship, they hated it, but they end up dating people that beat them. Sometimes because that's what they know as love, but sometimes you kind of, your father is your first love. So you just kind of unconsciously attract someone like your father. Because someone that talks like your father, that acts like your father, is someone that you're going to find interesting. So if you have that issues, you have to now intentionally choose what you want. Decide what you want, and you have to elevate your energy for you to match that, because that's the only time you can attract that. So okay, now, so okay, so I'm talking about mommy issues for men. So for a man now, you're gonna date your mother. I'm not saying your biological mother, obviously, but someone with the same behavior or similar. It's not gonna be exactly the same, but there's gonna be things that, like, you know, things that are like that are like your mother. So when you have mom issues, when you have an absent, some people have an absent mom, they end up dating women that don't have the time. That's the woman that they want. The woman that's always there for them and all that, you see, they're not interested. But the one that don't have their time, that's the one. Now they'll be like, why don't you have my time? Why don't you? Because that mommy issue whereby you wanted your mom to have your time, and then your mom was not there, she could not give you the love that you needed, or all this kind of stuff. So then you end up going to women that cannot give you the love that you needed. Those are the ones that you're going to love. Like, you would date the one that give you the love that you need. That one, you're just going to be ignoring that one. But then until that one will go away or break up. But the moment you find that one that's just like the mom, that has those issues, that's the one that you're going to stick to. That's why as a woman too, you have to make sure that you are a good, you know what I mean, you're a good influence in your children's life, so that way your daughter is going to be a good wife, girlfriend, friend to somebody, and mother to somebody, and then your son is going to attract a good wife, girlfriend, friend, whatever else to himself, and he's going to be, but then being a good father now will come from his dad's side now. So that's another thing, because he's going to end up seeing that he's behaving, he's going to start having his daddy's behavior. So that's something too whereby he needs to watch if his dad behavior is wrong, so that he does not do it. So mommy issues and daddy issues are actually equal, and they do have cause damage. There is really mommy issues. Guys really date people like their mother. See, like in America, there's this whole drug issues. So most of the people that sometimes they end up dating a woman that is also having drug issues, or someone that's absent just because their mother was too focused on drugs. Or maybe it might not even be drug. They would marry someone that is too focused on career, that doesn't have their time. Maybe now they don't like drugs, but then it will not be in the form of career. Someone that their career is everything. So you come second. You come second or last, they don't even, like, you know what I mean, the career is everything, and then they focus on that kind of, and they are looking for that time, that attention. But they don't understand that they are going, they could, like, when you understand that, oh, I have mommy issues, these are the things that is the problem, then that way you can be like, okay, I don't want this. So then you can decide the kind of person that you actually want. You kind of have to sit down and think, and even write it down. What do I want? What will make me happy? Or what have not been working in my other relationship? And then you see it, and then you write that, then you go for that kind of person. Then you have to decide, you have to choose yourself and decide that you deserve it, for your energy to shift, so that you can attract someone that is going to give you exactly what you deserve. So there is law of attraction. Like, who you are within is what you get outside. So according to her, if you're always depressed, you're always feeling down, it's because that's what is inside of you. So you have to feed inside of you. That's why you have to take away negative thoughts from inside of you. You have to try and have positive thoughts. You have to surround yourself. I've said it. You have to surround yourself. The kind of movies you watch, the kind of news you listen to. Like nowadays, like if you check on Instagram, all this stuff, there's so much bad news. Like I follow a lot of Nigerian Twitter, like all them blogs, and most of it's only bad news they even post. Like if they post good news, it's like 1 out of every maybe 100. this thing, you see one good news, if you even see. So most of the times, like if it's not like those normal gossip, if it's bad, I just skip. I don't even like, I just scroll through it fast. I don't even read it because I don't want to feed myself with all those negative things. So you kind of have to watch the people that you follow. Like on Twitter, mute them. If it's on Instagram, you can just unfollow them if they follow. Like I don't know if I've said this before. During the whole election, American election time, I unfollowed a lot of people. I unfollowed the Shade Room. I unfollowed I think every celebrity. Till now I've not followed them back. So every celebrity, I just unfollowed them because it was everything election, do this. It was just like, I'm not in America, number one. Number two, even if I am in, I don't want all those, like, you know what I mean, all those, it was just too much negativity. So I just like, I don't want it. So then I unfollowed all of those so that I have peace in my timeline and it's not be about American election. So I did that. So at the end of the day, you have to choose, like, you know what I mean, your energy attracts what you are inside, what you really want. Is like when you decide what you want and then you become, because you have to become who that person would date. Now I'm talking about relationship. The point is not about relationship, but let's talk about relationship because I feel like talk about like relationship that like, you know, love relationship or whatever they want to call it. Yeah, let's talk about that because sometimes it's like you have to, would you date like the person you want to attract, would that person be with you just the way you are? Would you date you if you were that person? So you have to, so if you realize that you would not date you if you were that person, then you have to work on being that person that you would date if you were that person, so that you can attract that person that you want. The person, if it's someone that is going to treat you right, then you need to know, do you treat people right? Are you worth it? Do you feel that you're worth it? Do you feel deserving of that kind of love? And if you do, then go for it. You get it. You attract it when, like, literally, you don't be sitting down, the love will just come and lie down and just come on your lap. And it's true. So sometimes some people are just looking, like, oh, I'm looking for a boyfriend. I'm looking, no, like, just search within yourself. Cleanse yourself, like, inside of you, and choose what you want. Decide what you want. Write it down. I've said that before. Write it down. Choose what you want and the kind of relation you want. And let me tell you, before that real one will come, other people will come. Like, it's kind of like sheep in like a goat, like goats in sheep clothing, whatever you want to call it. So you're gonna have someone that looks like they have everything, but then the moment you see that they don't have everything, my dear, leave. Don't stay. You kind of have to learn how to be selfish, like care for yourself, fish kind of way. Like if you want to say you're selfish, let it be. So when you notice that things are not like the person was giving you maybe like everything, and then the person is not exactly that, then you leave, because there will be a time where the right person will be coming at that moment where that person is not even gone yet. So you need to be like shape up, or like go away from here and focus on the, like, literally. So you need to, at that moment, you need to be like, when you're dating does not mean, I know some people think dating, no, dating is the process of filtering. Do you want to be this person? So during that dating phase, start conversation. Anybody, the person, if when you ask person personal conversation is like you're pulling teeth or maybe things are not flowing, then you cut it off. It doesn't matter if that person is calling you 5 times a day. You just stop reading the call and just say it's not working. And you date. And when you're dating, and some people say you can date more than one person. I know people say that. Me, I'm not really good at multi-dating. It's not my thing. Like, so I kind of have to focus on dating one person. Then if it doesn't work out, then I have to cut it off. Or even just reduce. I just kind of stop talking to the person, and then maybe if another person comes on and I date until I find the person that I want. So at the end of the day, like, you know, like, except I'm going out on dates, then I can multi-date. But to focus on conversation and all that stuff with different people is just too much. So at the end of the day, I feel like, what are you attracting? Everything, if you think about it, everything that has happened in your life, you attracted. Everything. Bad friends, you attracted. Bad luck, some people think it's bad luck, you attracted. Losing your job, you attracted. No promotion, you attracted. It's all your fault. So if you think about it that way, are you going to do better for yourself then? You have to do better for yourself. So change what you're attracting. Look within yourself and realize what is making you that way. Because if you don't feel good enough, it doesn't matter whether you're the one doing all the work in the office, carrying everything in your head. They will just see you as the one doing the work. You would not be. So that promotion, they're not going to give it to you because you don't feel good enough. Do you feel like a manager if you want to be a manager? Because if you don't feel like you're the manager, that person that keeps sending that work, that person is doing a very good job managing. Because the person is asking you to do their job. That's a good managing. Division of labor, like, you know, and giving tax to people that they know can do it. So then they'll give that person that job while you're the one doing all the job. And the person will keep on taking all the glory, and then you're going to keep on getting sad. But how do you feel? Do you feel like a manager? Do you feel like the boss? So you kind of have to be what you want. Then it's going to reflect out, and then your energy, you're going to attract it. So you attract what you get. So everything you've gotten, every bad thing that has happened, like every bad relationship I've been in, I attracted it. One way or another. And I allowed it. Not only did I attract it, then I allowed it. So you have to watch on that, watch yourself. So this is not only about this, it is about work, it's about your business. What are you attracting? You feel like if you're doing a business and they're like, oh, he's not going to be successful, then he's not going to be. But do you feel like it's going to work? Even when everybody tell you that it's not going to work, do you feel like it's going to work? Because it's all about you. But when you feel like it's going to work, you're going to attract success. And then success is going to be what is going to happen. So what do you think? Like, you have to kind of like dead everybody's energy and focus on your energy. So that is that. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you some other time. Attract good and things to yourself. You know, cleanse yourself, open yourself, and like, you know what I mean, take, like, just clean yourself. Anything that is negative, take it off, and everything that you want, keep it in and attract it. Make sure you have inner peace. Make sure you surround yourself with things that give you inner peace. Anything that you know is a trigger, then let it not be around you. Bad movies, bad music, you know what I mean? Just surround yourself with peace and tranquility, and then you give up peace and tranquility. Okay, so that is all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you some other time. Bye-bye.